it takes me back to, we used to have like Price is Right auditions because, you know, CBS station and everything, you know, pre-pandemic. I'm hoping we can get back to that. That was a lot of fun to meet people out there that are big fans of game shows here in this town.
There are a lot of people. Knowing the number of people who still watch, you know, shows like Price is Right. By the way, my cousin, fun fact, he won a new car.
No way.
On The Price is Right, yes.
Wow, and all the taxes that came with that.
Exactly.
Half a car.
But people become winners on these game shows, as we see time and time again. Evan, good morning.
Good morning, yeah. Another fun story. My ex won like $14,000 on The Price is Right.
What?
Yeah, didn't get a dollar of it. So, you know, so I know, right? To my dismay. But hey, still a cool story. A lot of people watch The Price is Right still, and I also have my tea in my hand this morning. So good morning to you. A happy 6:01 on our Tuesday morning. We're looking outside. We've got pretty overcast conditions to start off the morning. We're going to be hanging on to those clouds for several hours to come, but by the time we get to the afternoon, expect plenty of sunshine in the mix. Notice that those clouds on your satellite radar imagery are right along the coastline. Visibility is limited down to the single digits. Looks like Fallbrook is at less than a mile, and Miramar right now at 5 miles. So we'll see some improvements made in the coming hours, but expect temperatures to make their way into the mid-70s by the afternoon with sunshine. Tomorrow, another notably warm day out there before we start to cool down toward the weekend. Jenny, any exciting game show winnings that you know of?
No.
But you have a story coming up about.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. It's super fun. It's very local. Game show mashup. It's kind of pieces of your favorite game shows that you can take part in. So yeah, stay tuned for that. 6:02, we've got a crash this morning causing some backups on the 5 northbound side at 28th Street. That slow lane is blocked. You can see already there's a slowdown. I don't have updates on injuries. You're down to 30 miles an hour on that northbound side of the 5. Coronado Bridge already was seeing some backups as well. Zooming out, the rest of your South County trip's okay. Ted Williams Parkway at Carmel Mountain, there is a stalled car blocking a single lane. Netta.
All right, Jenny and Evan, thank you very much. We are now getting a new look at video of a deadly metro train crash in Mexico City. We do want to warn you, it may be difficult to watch.
Surveillance video shows the moment the metro train overpass partially collapsed and sent passenger train cars onto a busy road below. So this happened around 10:30 local time, trapping cars beneath that rubble there. At least 23 people are dead, and officials estimate about 70 others have been hurt. This is one of the deadliest accidents for the metro system, which is among the busiest in the world. So new details will be coming in throughout the morning on this here on News 8. We will bring them to you.
Yeah, very scary to see that happening. All right, turning now to this, a bi-national effort underway to figure out what happened on board a boat that capsized right off the coast of Point Loma. Yeah,
at least 3 people have died here, dozens more taken to several local hospitals. And News 8's Chris Groh joining us live with where the investigation stands right now, including a new look at what happened here. Chris?
And Eric, Netta, every time we watch this video, it's hard to wrap your mind around or imagine what's going through the minds of those that are on board on this ship, having to make that life or death decision. Do they jump into that water, or are they better off staying on board the ship as people are yelling from the shore to jump, get into the water, because that boat is about to be destroyed? Now, moments later, we can see that boat, and we now know that that boat disintegrated. Nothing but pieces and life vests washed up on shore. According to investigators, more than 30 people were on board on that ship, packed on in tight quarters in what was believed to be a human smuggling operation. Now, the Mexican consulate told News 8 they are investigating as well, and they are in contact with the people who were on board. That is some of the questions that we've received. What happens to some of these survivors? Well, some will go back to Mexico, and others will be asked to stay and testify in court. Now, another new angle of this crash that we are following today. A Phoenix couple in San Diego for an anniversary trip were among those that jumped in the water to help. James and Sarah said as soon as they heard the cries for help, they took action.
See things like this in a news article, you see it on TV, but it's a lot different when you're there and holding somebody's arm and literally carrying them out of the water.
So look, a couple of things here. If you look closely there, you can see James pulling a man out of the water in that video that we shot. Then, of course, there's the photo that they took just before the chaos that shows the boat in the background, moments before the chaos, moments before we all found out what was going to happen. A lot of them saying they thought it was just a fishing boat, that they had no idea sort of the true nature of this boat and then also what would eventually happen. Now, local and U.S. immigration officials will handle the formal investigation into what happened both on the boat and what happened later. And then also, we know, of course, that the captain has been taken into custody and, of course, could be facing some very serious charges. Eric and Netta.
Thanks for the update, Chris. San Diego police need your help identifying a man wanted for sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl. So this is a sketch of the man. Police say the attack happened last Wednesday on South Meadowbrook Drive in Bay Terraces. The girl was able to escape. The man described, as you saw in the sketch there, tall, black, bald, in his 30s with a hurt or impaired left eye. You're asked to call police if you have any information.
More relief could be coming for renters as we deal with this pandemic.
Yeah, this morning, county supervisors will reconsider a plan to strengthen the state's eviction moratorium. News 8's Allison Royal live outside the county administration building with what we can expect here today. Allison?
Good morning. So yes, this plan would strengthen the state's eviction moratorium, but it is definitely being met with controversy here in San Diego County. In fact, people are going to gather later this morning to discuss it. So this would not mean that all rent is forgiven and thrown out the window. That is not how this would work if it is in fact passed. If it is passed, this instead, in exchange for giving 20% of what's owed and not pursuing eviction, landlords would have an incentive. They would recoup 80% through the state's rent relief program. Coronado Mayor Richard Bailey said the ordinance would hurt not only landlords but tenants as well. On the other hand, Nora Vargas is a fan of this, saying that the ordinance will help prevent families from becoming homeless. The measure needs 3 out of 5 votes to pass. Some people are in support of this idea, while others say it makes it a pain for landlords to evict misbehaving tenants that have been misbehaving maybe even before the pandemic became an issue. Its previous reading turned out to be contentious with roughly 5 hours of public comments from tenants' rights groups and landlords. Today is also expected to be a big day where quite a few people want to weigh in. There are a lot of gray areas to discuss, like can a landlord move back into their own property if, say, they want to live in it? What about considerations for those so-called mom and pop landlords versus those wealthy property managers?
We're not talking about corporate renters that have thousands of units. We're talking about people that have 1 unit or 1 room that they rent. The ordinance isn't necessary. The county has almost $80 million in rent relief dollars right now that we can use to keep people in their homes.
And keep in mind, this ordinance narrowly passed after its first reading here last month. Now, of course, there's going to be a press conference at 8 o'clock this morning where Supervisor Nora Vargas will go into a little bit more detail about this. We're going to stream it live on our website. That's cbs8.com. Erica Netta.
Turning now to the latest on the coronavirus in San Diego County. Health officials reporting 172 new cases, which comes out to be 3% more than 6,000 tests. That's the highest number of positive tests in 2 weeks. No new deaths to report here. Hospital and ICU numbers are at their lowest since last summer. Here's the vaccine distribution number breakdown here. More than 2,830,000 doses have been given out, according to the latest update. That means just over 53% of people in the county have been vaccinated and over 38% have been fully vaccinated.
Fire crews are now getting a handle on the southern fire. This is burning east of Julian. It's now at 55% containment, so it's gone up. Saturday it started and has since burned nearly 5,200 acres. CAL FIRE says 3 homes and 2 other buildings were destroyed. Now, all of the evacuation orders on some 500 people have since been lifted. So hopefully those winds stay calm out there and they can get better containment this morning.
Yeah, that's the goal. Really, yesterday and today we saw those winds start to die down just a bit. Gusts in the 20-mile-per-hour range as opposed to the 40 and 50-mile-per-hour range that we saw over the weekend. No watches, warnings, or advisories to start off your Tuesday. This is all good news, of course. The bad news that we have on hand is that we've got plenty of sunshine by the afternoon. That sunshine is going to lead to low relative humidity values, meaning very dry conditions out there continue, and we will still see that breeze in the 20-mile-per-hour range. Temperatures are making their way to the mid-70s this afternoon. We're about about 10 degrees above average for those forecast highs. And then take a look at the next several days. We keep warming our way up to the upper 70s for your Wednesday, then cooling down as a nearby low swings in and drops those temperatures down for Saturday and your Sunday. For Mother's Day, it looks like those temperatures will be roughly in line with average, and then we start to see those temperatures warm back up, but very mild into the good portion of next week. Outside right now, we're mostly in the 50s. We've got some pockets of 40s, though. Ramona at 44, Alpine at 49 degrees, 55 in Poway, and 58 in Del Mar. Warming up, though, once the sun comes out. Going to take a little bit of time for that marine layer to clear out. Give it another 3 or 4 hours or so.